The first pictures have emerged of the 3 people killed during Hurricane Ophelia today. 2 men and a woman were fatally injured after the 80 miles per hour storm wreaked havoc across Ireland. Michael Pike was killed after he went to cut up a tree which had fallen on a road between the village of Ballyluby and Cahir in the Ballybrotto area of Co Tipperary. The 31-year-old died at the scene. Claire O'Neill, in her 50s, was killed after a tree fell on her car in Waterford. It is believed the momophone, who was driving a car with a woman in her 70s in the passenger seat, suffered a fatal injury when the branch of a tree fell on the vehicle and went through the windscreen, the Irish Mirror reports. Tributes have been paid to Hurricane Ophelia victim Claire O'Neill. Image Irish Mirror. Fintan Goss, 33, died when a falling tree hit his car in Ravensdale, Dundalk at 2:45 p.m. on Monday. Mr. Goss, a father of 2, lived locally in Colouth and married his wife Pamela last year. Fintan Goss, 33, dead Oftwo was killed when a tree felled by Hurricane Ophelia struck his car. Image Facebook. A member of the public came across Michael Pike shortly after the incident happened and notified the emergency services. Michael's body was removed to South Tipperary General Hospital in Clonmel for post-mortem. Gardaí are trying to establish why he had decided to cut the tree, which was about 3 kilometers from his home. Michael, from Ardfinnan, lived on St. Joseph's Terrace in the village with his father Tony. His mother is deceased. A family braves the weather for a walk on a pier on East Pier in Howth, Dublin. Image PA. It's a devastating tragedy for the family of this young man, Independent TD Matty McGrath, who knows the family, said. The victim's father Tony is a retired council worker while the victim himself was a single man. They're a hard-working family and for his life to be taken like that is just shocking, Mr. McGrath said. It would bring home to us the dangers of going out into the wind. Claire was pronounced dead at the scene following the arrival of emergency services. The other woman in the car was taken to hospital by ambulance, after suffering injuries reported to be non-life-threatening. Hurricane Ophelia hits Penzance. Image PA. Claire worked as an oncology nurse for over 3 decades, having lately worked as cancer support coordinator with the Cork Arc Cancer Support House with their East Cork and West Waterford service, based in Youghal. She previously worked with the Arc Cancer Support team at their base on Ottanovan Rosa Road in Cork. The family moved to the area about 7 years ago, having originally come from Cork. The accident happened less than a kilometre from Ms. O'Neill's home, which is about 2 kilometres from the village of Aglish. Waves crash into the front in Cornwall. Image Getty Images Europe. She was a very jolly woman, very helpful, local shopkeeper Richard Hurley said. It's a big shock. It's a miserable morning, a young woman like that in such a tragic accident. It's very tragic, commented local county councillor James Tobin. Tradesman Fintan Goss was home from work early to be with his 3-year-old daughter named Lara and his wife. He had become a dad for the second time in recent months. Fintan was the youngest sibling of his brother Colin and sister Maria, a teacher. They live locally along with his parents John and Mary. A Met Office map shows wind speeds predicted for today. Image Met Office. Twitter. Family friend and former Fine Gael Senator Jim Darcy, who was appointed as an advisor to Taoiseach Leo Varadkar earlier this month, said they're a wonderful family and I'm heartbroken for them because this is their second tragic loss. It's terrible for such a lovely family. You couldn't get better. Words can't express how everybody in the area feels about this. I taught the 4 kids so I know all about them. It's a very cruel world. Remnants of the hurricane battered Britain's west coast on Monday afternoon, with gusts of up to 80 miles per hour, exactly 30 years after the Great Storm of 1987 killed 18 people. Scores of homes were left without power, schools closed early, trees fell onto roads and bridges were shut on the UK mainland. Ophelia is also causing travel chaos with hundreds of flights cancelled and bus, ferry and rail services disrupted.